Welcome to the Picture of Success podcast, where we speak to outstanding individuals who have made their mark in career and in life. And today in this show, we have Nur Zahirah Shukran, the CEO of I Love Quran and Khatijah Learning Center. I Love Quran is a Malaysian startup that has gone international. It is an award-winning center, Quran Center, committed in providing a fun-loving and engaging and creative approach to children, with a vision to create new generations of well-rounded leaders who love the Quran, memorize it, implement it in their daily lives, and in line with modern society that we live today. With almost a decade of existence, Zahirah has indeed successfully grown the brand to multiple franchises and products, from online to offline platforms, with thousands of students benefiting from her institution. And the growth has not come without any challenges. And today we are privileged to hear the story from the CEO herself. Zahirah, it's an honor to have you in this show.
Thank you, Yazid. It's my honor to be here as well. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, Zahirah, I've known you for a number of years, but I believe my audience have not known you that well. I know your trials and tribulations, your background, but perhaps to just kick this off, can you just tell us more about yourself?
All right, thank you, Yazid. So I was born in Chowkit in 1981, just to share with you that my age, you can do the math. Alhamdulillah, I'm married with 3 children. My eldest is now 15. And then I have a 12-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old girl. So I was one of the Petronas scholars as well as my husband. We met because we were scholars and were studying in America. So Alhamdulillah, I finished my degree in US as a communications graduate focused on writing. And that was a very fun journey with Petronas lah. Actually, they sent me to do engineering, but because of the math, after my 3rd year, our student advisor, who was very kind, he asked me, "Are you sure you want to do this?" So he told me to see the VP of education. I said, "Okay, I'll see the VP," and Alhamdulillah, the VP approved for me to change majors lah. And I worked with Petronas for 9 years in HR, and in 2012, I left to do my MBA, and then came back. We opened I Love Quran at that point now, because we were looking for something that would be suitable for our son. He was 6 years old. And by that time, my husband, Alhamdulillah, he already did a good job to teach my son. He was reading Quran already. And he could memorize already about 10 surahs at age 3-4 years old. And when we came back from Ireland, he was almost finished with the 30th juz, which is juz amma, which is about 30 plus surah lah. So when we came back, we were looking for a school that could help him continue memorization and finish his memorizations more. But we couldn't find one that was suitable for a kindy age child lah, because the tahfiz at that time and still today mostly are very traditional. Children are expected to sit down. They don't do any understanding. The content is the same for a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 10 or 15-year-old. But when we open I Love Quran,
right?
Yeah, and it's
right
been the
to be
same.
disrupted, yeah.
Yeah, it's been the same for, I don't know, hundreds of years. When I did my master's in education and I studied about Islamic education, actually it wasn't always that way. But when education today, as we know it, with the schools and all these systems, that's when also our Islamic education also became more rigid and less thinking, if you want to use that term lah. Macam just follow the text or just memorize the text kan. But that was not always what happened. It was one of the unfortunate effects of colonization juga lah. A bit of history.
Interesting perspective. But yeah, you actually opened this this center because there's a need, right? Did you do any market research or study, or you just say that, I'm doing this for this? I'm sure there's a couple of folks who are like me as well. How did you actually get around this, right? In that sense.
It was, there was no market study. There was no like proper business plan. I mean, I had learned my MBA, so I did a, apa nama dia, business model canvas tu adalah buat, tapi tak
BMC.
adalah tak adalah macam market study. Okay, what's in the industry? But because we were parents, so we knew that there was no Tafis or Quran Center that had child-friendly content for our children. But then when we started doing this research with a few friends who had various expertise, so we had a psychologist, we had early education, including Montessori, on our think tank. We had a think tank before we started our classes, including Hafiz Quran, grads from University Madinah, apa semua kan. When we looked at that, then we saw that we had to do creative content for the children so that they are engaged in their minds, not just memorizing, but also finding each ayat that they memorize is very, very meaningful and related to their life kan. So our first we started with program cuti sekolah. So maybe that was like the validation lah. Program cuti sekolah was a validation part that we started with. The program cuti sekolah we did was children in 5 days hafal Surah Ash-Shams or as much as they can. And then they learn the lesson from Surah Ash-Shams with activities. So Surah Ash-Shams is wonderful because it has a lot of science in it. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Wasyamsi waduhaha. By the sun and the time of the apa sunrise kan, waktu duha. Wal qamari idza talaha, and the moon. So for the sun punya activity tu, we brought the children outside and then did the magnifying glass yang bakar
So
daun
it
tu. So
becomes easier to remember. You remember by
yes,
association. And plus you get to learn
yes.
science as well.
Yeah, and
That's
then they
wonderful.
also feel that, oh, Quran ni best lah, Quran ni ada science, Quran has all these things, which it does, but the way we teach it, usually we just teach Iqra and then we do the recitation sampai
Sampai
khatam,
ingat.
and then nobody goes deep into it until we find a time that we macam alamak kena belajar tafsir dekat masjid kan when we are older. So this what we do is we help the children to internalize it and have activities with it at an early age lah. So to answer your question, there was no proper market research, but alhamdulillah, we started properly at a proper rented shop apa semua in January, and in February we were already breaking even lah. All the
Wow.
operational costs were covered, which wasn't planned, which wasn't because we had such a good plan, but it was Allah yang susun lah, that the place that we got was not the one we planned to go into, but the one that we didn't have a choice. Oh, ni je yang tinggal. Okay, ambil je lah. And it was very near to an Islamic school. So that Islamic school was our main source of students. So within the first month tu, we got like 30 plus students from that Islamic school. So that was the one that broke even. Even Wardina sent her... Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Even Wardina sent her her son at that time to our center before she moved to Australia. So alhamdulillah, it was good. It was a good start for us.
Right. I mean, that must be a dream to have break even by second month, and third month you're already counting profit, right? And I believe this probably inspired you to grow in that sense, right? And to where you are today. But I take it you were also a working full time at that point of time. So, but what really made you decide to just simply leave from your day-to-day job and do this in that sense? Because it's a
Uh
comfortable job, right? You've got
yeah, yeah,
uh
yeah.
pay, constant pay, and a nice career progression and so forth. But you leave all that for an uncertain. early profitability indicator, but still uncertain at that point of time, right? What made you feel that,
Yeah, yeah.
I just want to leave this, right? Like, yeah.
Actually, we had that small profit in this third month macam tu dah ada small profit lah. So from that small profit, okay, somebody's coming. Okay, okay, thank you. We had a small profit, and then I wasn't planning to leave Petronas yet at that point, but because we had other Islamic schools asking us, come and open at our place, come and open at our place. So I was actually quite comfortable working at Petronas and managing the team remotely. Maksudnya, in the morning, I'll do like a WhatsApp roll call with them. Okay, what you guys doing today? Have you prepared? Blah, blah, blah. And then they will reply in the WhatsApp group. And then at the end of the day, they just summarize what they did. So I was very comfortable managing remotely the team from KLCC macam sebelum dengan after work kan. Um, and they were Alhamdulillah Hafiz Quran, graduates from Al Azhar, bidang Hafiz and Tahfiz and Kiraat, meaning they were in Quran sense memang they had all the knowledge lah. So I just had to do sessions with them for the scientific part and what activities they can do and arrange their training with our Montessori advisor on Fridays or psychology or creativity with my friends. I never did the training myself because at that point I didn't have any experience in education at that point. It was just MBA and then Petronas corporate work kan. So because of the demand for growth, then I was talking with my husband. Should we take this? His husband. Okay,
Hello.
there's somebody giving extra points. Faiz is her husband. Yes, Faiz is my husband. So I said either we grow this, we take this opportunity to grow because it's already knocking on our door, or we ignore it and then macam tak apalah, kerja je lah Petronas macam biasa kan. And Alhamdulillah ada satu Quran center that is actually good enough pun juga. But because I'm a risk taker, so I told my husband we can't just like biar je this opportunity kan.
Second
It
month
was
profitability. I mean, like, man.
so Alhamdulillah then, because it was a very good opportunity kan, and we had not just one but two, so that was why I left Petronas lah. Of course there's always push and pull inside. Ada like never mind lah. Yang pull tu lah yang lagi kuat tu. So I was living with a dream to grow the place lah. Even though when we started off, it wasn't like I was planning, oh, this is going to be a big startup, we're going to go international, win awards ke apa semua. Tak ada. Masa baru start tu memang it was for our son lah.
Right.
But when I left Petronas, I said, dah lah lang left Petronas ni, biarlah buatlah betul-betul and make it as successful as it can be lah.
But it must be difficult, right? Like, you were very used to corporate work, right? And you were very used to do it like a corporate way. But when you're a startup, you have to be hands-on and you have to learn new things. What are the challenges that you face, and how did you overcome this?
I think the biggest one, being hands-on is okay because my strength is creativity and creating. So macam hands-on tu tak ada masalah, nak buat modul, nak train orang. Tapi the one that is most challenging to me, because I'm not a structured person, is the structuring of the policies and stuff like that. And despite all the macam leadership books that tell you about,
those are theories.
Despite all those macam feel good theories that, if you paint the future bright enough, then people want to go with you apa semua, you still need those policies yang macam HR policies yang cuti berapa hari lah, apa semua benda yang kecil-kecil, surat offer, gaji, slip gaji, semua benda yang renyah, but it's very important. And I think I learned the hard way lah. Oh, benda ni semua sangat penting because to me, I don't even care about those things when I'm working with Petronas. But Petronas, bila kita kat Petronas, benda tu semua dah settle. You don't have to worry or think about that.
But you
And
can't
the
adopt the
other,
things in Petronas anyway because that's for big corporations and it's gonna eat into
yes,
your if you follow everything, it's gonna eat into your
yeah,
profit, right?
yeah. And the other big one that I learned the hard way was that when we are in corporate, when we are ataupun we're working in a company lah, if anything goes wrong, or if we're not happy, we can always say, management made this decision, why did they make, we can always point the finger at someone else lah, HR ke apa, finance ke whatever. But when you're the founder and then people are like, kenapa management buat decision macam ni,
You
kenapa,
are
and
the
you're like,
management.
aku lah tu, kenapa aku. But then if you take everything on your own shoulder, then you can be depressed lah kan, because you definitely cannot do anything. So yes, that was a hard lesson to learn. And
How did you overcome it?
the biggest thing to overcome it is to draw boundaries. Just know what you can do at that point of time.
Right.
And then the rest, just plan out when they can be done so that you don't become
Stuck.
overwhelmed with negativity that, oh, I didn't do this, oh, this is all my fault kan. Kalau tak, you can become drowned in that negativity lah, because you know, bila orang cakap management, you are the management lah, you are the one making the decision kan. That was very very hard in the early days, but alhamdulillah today we have a bigger team, we have a management team, so tak ada rasa macam bila orang cakap management, I don't feel like I'm the only one they're pointing the finger to. Sebab dah ada finance head lah, apa semua dah ada kan.
How big is your staff count these days?
For I Love Quran, our full time, kalau management lah, ada dalam 20 orang.
That's big.
We have, and if it includes our full-time teachers, adalah dalam 25 orang. Most of our teachers are part-timers. So we're registered as a social enterprise with Magic because
I love that.
we train graduates. Mostly diorang ada background agama lah, or some of them are from Darul Quran, so they already memorize Quran, and then they go to university, study mathematics or study economics, study Islamic studies ke apa. So they work with us while they are studying, they earn an income, they get training from us, which helps them when they graduate to get better jobs. So we have a very good track record, alhamdulillah. About 96% of the students who go through this program, this work and learn program at I Love Quran, they end up 96% more likely to get a job that they want lah. Some termasuk ada yang dapat kerja Islam Berjaya. So
wow.
I'm very, very, alhamdulillah, I'm very proud of that because we help these, and these are Hafiz Quran. So I'm proud to see that they are in professional jobs lah, not just macam, because the sad thing is when we were interviewing, some of these Hafiz Quran work in Tafiz for salary of 700 ringgit.
Wow.
For teaching, from 7:30 AM sampai 1 tengah hari, gaji 700. Bawa lori pun lagi banyak gaji kan. So the industry is very undervalued and underpaid lah. So that's one of the things that we want to elevate with professionalism, with the right content, with innovation, so that the teachers who are doing good jobs, they can also get a better pay lah. So our part-time teachers, physical classes ada dalam under the HQ, we have around maybe 15-20 teachers lagi, part-timers. And then our online teachers, part-timers, we have another around 60-70 teachers lah. So all in all, about 100 manpower. For I Love Quran, KLC, we have another 30 to 40 teachers lah.
You have a lot of stuff under you in 10 years, and I believe, right, we've not talked about Khatijah Learning Center, and I think Khatijah Learning Center is just one of many things that you do, right? You have products, you have merchandise, you expand internationally, and in our conversation earlier, you also do coaching, right? So how do you manage all this in a sense, right? In one go. And how did they actually grow so big and go so international? I mean, what's that secret sauce, right? The scale, right? Because, you know, businesses,
Yeah.
they have an idea, but I believe you have already scaled. So what's that secret sauce of scaling or and
I
doing all
think
this?
I think the big thing is knowing what your strengths are. So
Hmm.
for me, my strength is creating a big picture strategy. And
Hmm.
my strength is not operations, detail,
Hmm.
SOP,
Hmm.
policies.
Hmm. Hmm.
All those things are not my strength. So that's where I have to get good people working with me and make them feel valued so that they continue being with me with my deficiencies in all those macam detail-detail work kan. Um, as well as my husband lah. My husband is a very detailed person, so we
Complementary.
yeah, we complement each other in that way, and the team is what really helps make things happen and
Right, right.
trust them lah. Maksudnya, if you have the good people with you, then you have to trust them and don't macam keep menyebok dalam hal diorang kan. So that then if they don't feel they're trusted, then you have to do the work for them lah, and then you cannot do other things. Then you're stuck because you can't do other things kan. So getting the right people, knowing your strengths and getting the right people who can complement you in the team and
Hmm.
run things. So for me, I don't run or do operations. So when people talk to me, they're like, "Oh, do you teach I love Quran? Are you there the whole day?" I'm not, because I don't do operations. Because I know my strength is not sitting down and like doing repeated things. So I have other people helping me do that so that I can do more strategic stuff like expanding overseas, building networks and stuff like that.
I like that, right? I think a lot of founders need to have that strategic thinking. If they are very operational in nature, then your team needs a visionary in that sense, right? I mean, is that your advice that you are saying? You are trying to say if someone wants to found a business, he needs to be
Mm-hmm.
more strategic rather than operational.
No,
What
I
are your
I'm
thoughts on that?
saying I'm saying that they just have to know their strengths. Some founders are very operational. Like if you've been to Menate kan, the chef who
Right.
opened that restaurant, he is very operational. He will be in the kitchen, on the floor, making sure everything is run well. But I'm sure he partners with somebody else who is very strategic and visionary
Mm,
to ensure they are growing. So it's not that you have to be strategic if you're not. You know what your strength is, and then find other people who can complement you in other skills that are necessary for the growth
mm.
of your company lah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And I think you are at the point of time you don't only do all the strategic start thinking and stuff like that. You're also coaching others as well. You wanna talk more about that?
Yeah, actually, I during the pandemic, uh, because everyone was at home kan, so one of my friends, actually ex Petronas juga, Anissa Saifuddin, she did
Ah,
coaching and
her
then
master's in
counseling kan.
psychology and
Yes.
yeah, counseling.
So she shared with me, Ira, maybe you're interested in this. Marshall Goldsmith was offering scholarships for leadership coaching, stakeholder centered leadership coaching. So I took a look at it and then I applied. Alhamdulillah dapat the scholarship. So that was where I started looking at, oh, is coaching a viable
Business.
model for me? Let's say not necessarily as an exit strategy, but let's say I katalah aku dah tak larat dah nak manage 100 orang, 500 orang, 1,000 orang ke berapa orang ke tak tahulah berapa orang.
Usually that happens when you have more money than you can spend.
Or if I'm too old ke apa kan, like tak larat dah nak jumpa orang ke nak manage orang, because I'm actually very introverted, so I'd rather not see people too many people. So I thought, okay, maybe coaching is a good avenue for me to give back to the community. At the same time, it's something that I feel I can add value in with the experiences I have, especially for women leaders who want to manage people ataupun grow in their roles. work-life balance, like how do you manage the work-life balance, and also or particularly for women who want to transition from corporate into entrepreneurship. A lot of women are looking for work-life balance, stuff like that kind. And some people think that, oh, maybe I should be an entrepreneur so I can have more
But
time with my family.
that's not
It
usually
might,
the case, right?
well, you have more flexibility, so you can manage your time, but at the same time, there's
You
always
actually
give
work
and take lah
more.
kan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that was why I went into coaching lah. And it's something I really love doing. Even under KLC for the past 3 years, we've been having a women entrepreneur conference because meeting other, so it's not just me giving back. Actually, I get a lot from meeting these
Mm-hmm.
intelligent women.
You
It
get more when
inspires
you
me
give
as
back, as
well.
you say, yeah.
Yeah, it inspires me as well to see and talk to intelligent people. Sebab in my company, in our company, mostly you are dealing with younger people. So it's a lot of, for now, kita yang banyak kena ajar ataupun coach. But when we meet other women who are at par with us kan, you learn a lot from them as well lah. Even though
Okay.
I'm wearing the coach hat, but I'm learning a lot from them as well.
Sounds like you have a lot of things that you tend to look forward, right? I mean, is there any future? What's the future holds for your coaching side, for your I Love Quran side, for your Khatijah Learning Center side? Are we gonna see an IPO, or are we gonna see or what what's on your mind?
Actually, for for the coaching side, I would love to even go further to do a PhD lah untuk to
Right.
help more women kan. And I'm dreaming of becoming well known, at least Southeast Asia ke Asia, Muslim women coach who wears hijab, because a lot of coaches are non-Muslims ataupun maybe Muslims who don't wear hijab ke apa kan. So I would love to be that spokesperson for the community, for the many Muslim women leaders and entrepreneurs who are really, really good, but maybe they don't have a lot of time to
Mm.
be spokesperson or trailblazing stuff sort of thing. I love Quran. Inshallah, next year we are hoping to expand into more locations in Malaysia. Looking at actually next week, I just received a message from PNS punya officer. They are coming to visit us next week because they are working with us, helping us to grow our franchise. In Malaysia and hopefully also overseas, because once that model is replicable, then we can go into different countries as well. And North America actually looks very promising.
Wow.
I was there in May. I was there in May and received an offer to be based there full time this year, but I had to say no because of some family commitments lah. There's
Mm-hmm,
some
mm-hmm.
family issues back home. Mainly health issues are that I have to be with the family.
Mm.
So hopefully next year we can still see that same sort of growth and continue to be creating solutions for children lah. Not actually for both the education centers that I started, I Love Quran and Khatijah Learning Center, it's not for the money. So the exit strategy isn't IPO. It's not like in terms of
Social
that
enterprise,
sense.
right? That's
Yeah, and more impact to more children lah. That's what we want to see. And macam I think it's the same story for Steve Jobs or Bill Gates.
mm.
They don't do it because they want to see billion dalam account dia, but they become billionaires anyway. So well, hopefully that is what we will be able to gain, and for our team members lah, especially because it's not just about changing the industry for the children, but also upgrading the industry so that macam oil and gas, the standard salary is certain number kan. So we want to upgrade the Quran teachers, the teachers as
And
well.
also the upgrade the learning experience, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we
So
want to see more stuff like this compared to the traditional tafis.
yeah, inshallah. So it comes
Yeah.
together lah, upgrading the learning experience, the content, the delivery, and also they will get paid better because they are doing a better job and
Adding more
preparing
value, I
more.
would say, right?
Yeah, adding more value to the children and the families that they are
Mm.
servicing.
All right, Zahira, we are almost to the end of the show, but I just actually want to have one last question. If you were to summarize on the life experience that you went through, on the things, right, and put that in a sentence and put it on a billboard, what would that message be?
Um, is it like a slogan or a motto
Slogan,
or
a motto, a word, something for you
uh
people to remember your parting words.
well, if you ask me, if I think one of the words that I go by or slogan that I go by is something that I realized during the Marshall Goldsmith program that I attended to in 2020 too. From the values that I did and then what is important to me, I realized that my slogan is creating the impossible together. Sebab I like to do impossible things. I want to do impossible things, and I've been told, like, even I Love Quran or growing internationally, even coming up with the merchandise, I have team members coming to me saying that
That's
you
impossible to
told
do.
this. Yes, they told me you told this to us in 2015. I didn't believe you, but now it's already here. So even a lot of people don't
This is a
believe
true
that.
entrepreneurial spirit.
So that is my tagline lah. Creating the impossible, but it's not just me. It's together, doing it together with other people. If I'm alone, definitely tak jadi juga lah. So living
Create,
together with other people.
creating the impossible together. That's such a nice tagline. So I really have a nice time speaking to you and catching up with you, and I hope my audiences love what we actually have been conversing. And if you do, my audience, please, if you like this content, please do click like and also share this with others. And just one last thing, right? Like for our audiences out there, if they want to find out more about I Love Quran, if they want to be a franchise or they wanna sign up their kids and stuff like that, where do they find all this information?
All right, you can just go to ilovequran.com. So if you are a parent looking for classes, you can go to the tab labeled parent. If you are looking for learning materials, you can go to parent or teacher or school. If you're looking to become part of us, you can contact us because we're not opening so many slots. So contact us
Right.
through the contact button, or you can also contact me on my Facebook, Nur Zahirah M Shukran, or Umi Ira Facebook.
All right. So there's many channels to contact I Love Quran from the website or Facebook or also Instagram, was it?
Yep. We also
Instagram.
have an Instagram.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And thank you, Zahira, for spending time with us. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like this content. Please click like in this content, also share it with others. And I'm Yazid. We are actually at the end of the show. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope to see all of you in the next podcast of Picture of Success. Have a great day ahead, everyone. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Yazid. Thank you.